Welcome back to Wind Waker. Last time we awakened the sage within Medley and took her to this Earth Temple so that we may return the power to the Master Sword. And this time we're going to be heading through the Earth Temple and hopefully getting about halfway through it. Let's see. Gonna kill all these moblins. Come on. Oh, he keeps running away because I hit him from behind. That is what happens with moblins, by the way. If you hit them in the butt enough, they will actually start hopping away from you. And that was a perfect test to see whether or not the moblins had as much health as each other. So it's true. The red moblins and the blue moblins pretty much have zero difference. Let's grab all of their spoils. And this room is a pretty good test, let's say, of how you're going to be using Medley in this dungeon. Obviously, she can't fight, so we have to clear the room before we deal with anything pertaining to her. And... Oh, that was a tutorial for the Wind Waker thing. I thought it was for just flying in general. Either way. We need to do some puzzles with Medley after we clear the rooms, such as having multiple switches which need to be hit by both Link and Medley. So let's use the command melody here. Take control of Medley and fly her over to this other switch. Or I guess you could have flown Link over here or something. It doesn't really matter who hits what switch. Just make sure both are pressed. And with that done, let's switch back to Link and head on through the door. I don't believe Medley can leave doors without Link. What the heck? What were you looking like that for? Whatever. Yeah, Medley can't leave without Link, but Link can leave without Medley. If you ever do end up leaving her in a room or something, then I believe when you re-enter that room, she'll appear at the previous entrance, like where you entered that room the first time with her. Let's take down these choo-choos, and as you can see, there's a new breed of chew jellies in this area. I'm gonna grab this. Did I say a new breed of chew jellies or choo-choos? I don't even remember. Well, either way, they don't drop chew jelly, actually. At least I don't recall them being able to. What you do with these guys is you use Medley and her harp to perform a special action. If these choo-choos are hit by light, then they'll turn into stone, at which point you can take control of Link and destroy them with the hammer. There we go. And another thing that Medley's light can do is shine on treasure chests for some reason. Well, I guess that's not close enough, so let's take control of her and shine it. Well, first, let's actually shine it on these weird, like, elephant statues. I guess these are elephants. And, some magic. I don't really need that. Maybe this one might be rupees. Was that nothing? Great. Alright, whatever. Let's shine on this chest then, which I don't even think is a mandatory chest. I think it might be like a treasure chart or something like that. Or a joy pendant. Let's open it up either way. Oh, I didn't actually kill all the choo-choos in this room. There was one more behind the treasure chest. Oh, it's the dungeon map. Of course that's useful. Alright. Get out of here. And give me your jelly so I can sell it to Beetle. Ah, and killing all the chews is what unlocks the room. So you had to kill the purple ones? I'm not exactly sure what color they're supposed to be. Well, you kill all those in the way I showed you. I guess that's the game's way of saying, hey, you can kill these things, you don't just turn them into stone. Alright, and this is kind of a central hub for the first half of the dungeon. As you can see, there are 2 pillars of light, but we only have one item that can reflect light, so we'll have to deal with that in some way. First, let's place Medley here. And as you might have been able to see, Medley's light can make the fog move away. So let's shine it on this switch over here so that we can make a path for Link to go through. And then as Link, head on into this area, smash this switch, and there we go. If you want to know what happens when you actually do go into the fog, you can't use any attacking items. I'm pressing the B button, I'm pressing the X button, I'm pressing the Y button, R button. Can't use your items. However, if you go into light, the curse is lifted. I'm not sure if Medley's light actually does the same thing. No, it doesn't. It has to be an actual light source, not just a reflection. Okay, now that we've unlocked this room, let's place Medley in the corner so that she may be safe, because there's some enemies in here that we gotta deal with. Such as these bubbles, which are not a threat at all. Okay, let's see. Well, there's a treasure chest right there, a switch here. I believe that switch, you need to hold it down in order to open this room. And inside the room, you need some way to reflect light, but Medley's going to be the one holding the switch down. So we can't do anything with that right now, and I don't think I'm going to be doing anything with that because it's probably a treasure chart. Let's just pull this block so that we can reveal a light source. And then bring Medley over here so that she may do her thing. Let's see. Hopefully no enemies yet. Alright, I think the enemies appear either after we reveal the chest or after we open it. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be some new enemies in this area. Let's see. There's the chest, which has the key inside. And now, nothing yet. Okay. So it's after we've done all the things in this room. There they are. There it is, rather. This enemy... Let me get on my ice arrows for this one, because I think that's the best weapon for it. Freeze him. Oh, it didn't freeze him. Well, either way, I could just take him down. I think he's dead? No? Not quite? Are you dead yet? Eh. I think it's because he's in the light that it's acting weird. Either way, these are floor masters. They can take either you or your partner in the dungeons, and thus they only appear in dungeons that have partners. I don't think they do damage. It's just them taking your partners away and doing stuff like that. But if you get taken away, I believe you appear at the last sort of checkpoint within the dungeon. So, in this case, it would be the central room that we were just in with the 2 pillars of light. And if they take your partner away, then they end up in some, like, caged area. I believe it's right above here, actually. Yeah, you can see that cage up there. That's where Medley would go. But it's not that big of a deal. It's mostly just a time waster. You have to come back here, command melody on Medley so that you can get her out, and then that's how you do that. Alright, now this room, I believe we need to switch to our fire arrows in order to deal with. I didn't even mention the fact that I used that sort of combo, you could call it, on the, what were they called again? Floor Masters, yes. I froze it and then used the hammer on it. Very Metroid-y, kind of like how you take down actual Metroids in Metroid. You smack them with a few missiles after freezing them with the ice beam. It's pretty satisfying to do too. Now that we have these 2 frozen, we can place them on these switches. And obviously you need to use the fire arrow to reveal the actual light source in this area. No, I don't want to do that yet. They're going to become unfrozen. Alright, there we go. That should do the trick. Let's head on over here. Medley, come with me. Medley, there we go. And that's pretty much that. Let's push this down so that we don't have to do that again. And also to open the door. Oh, those blocks are pretty big, though I guess it's okay that they're big considering that we have the power bracelets now and we can push anything we want. Okay. Another floor master. Let's freeze it. Smash it with the hammer. So satisfying. I believe they take like 3 combos from our current Master Sword as it is. So using the Ice Arrow hammer combo, not only is it satisfying, it takes him down pretty dang fast. Alright, let's swap to Medley. And use the light to not only reveal some special... well, I didn't want to fly. To reveal some special walls. Or rather, to destroy some special walls that have blocks behind them. But also to... oh, I didn't want to switch back, dang it. But also... to destroy that elephant thing on top of the block over there so we can actually push it into place. You don't actually have to get out of Medley's little reflecting mode in order to make her turn. She does turn very, very slowly if you push the stick all the way to the side, which is kind of convenient. Here's the second warp in this dungeon. I think everything's on track, like I haven't missed the Tingle statue or anything like that. There's the treasure chest. I believe that one is the compass. And the compass has a special effect in these later dungeons. Why did she run away? I guess because she thought she was in the way of me pushing this block. Either way, the compass is special effect. So for these last 2 dungeons, as you can expect, we are going to be having partners with us. And, oh, did not mean to do that. Sorry, Medley. Let's command you to go up there, I suppose. That is kind of a problem with these dungeons. You have to manage both people, and sometimes it's fun to do, like with the switches in that first room. Sometimes it's just very tedious. Oh, a couple of fairies. Hold on. Pretty much all of my bottles are empty at this point. I don't have anything except for 1 elixir soup. So having a couple of fairies is very nice. Alright, the thing I was going to talk about, and now the King Red Lions is going to beat me to it. The compass in these later dungeons. They allow you to see the location of your partners. So if you leave them in a room or something like that, you can figure out where Medley is. Yes. Thank you. Or maybe it's not the compass, maybe it's the dungeon map. Either way, let me switch my items back real fast. There we go. All nice and comfortable. And now... ooh, there's some new enemies here. The guys with the lanterns that are kind of transparent. Those are Poes. And you do not want to deal with Poes directly. What you have to do is get in some light, shine it down on them. That will cause them to drop their lanterns, and if you shine it for long enough, they'll have physical forms. And once they have physical form, you can actually attack them. There we go. So I'll switch back to Link and kick some butts. If they're not in their physical forms, I believe they can either attack you with their lamps, or they'll possess you. And if they possess you, then you're pretty... how should I put it? Man, I kind of want to show them possessing me now, because it's quite hilarious. Well, basically what happens is Link's eyes get all weird and loopy, and your controls are reversed for a little bit. I'm not sure if that curse can be subverted. Is that the word I'm looking for? Well, if it will go away if you step into light, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think it will. Let's see. Well, obviously there's no hearts in these skulls because I'm playing on hero mode, but there might be some other goodies. Let's take command of Medley once more so that I can shine the light on these elephant statues across from me. Because I believe there's something on them. I can't exactly see it from here, and my thumb is being a little jittery right now, so I can't hold the stick in the proper place. And it's a treasure chest. Probably... I don't think it's a small key. I think the small key is gotten in that room. So probably a treasure chart or a joy pendant. I'm hoping it's a joy pendant because that's actually useful with how I'm playing the game. And it totally is. Nice. Okay. Alright, Medley. Can I call you from all the way up there? Maybe? Nah. What I can do is, rather than use the command melody, grab you and fly a little bit with you. She can actually fly quite far, and it's a straight horizontal distance, which, you know, the Deku Leaf can't do that. It always goes in a downward angle. Let's see here. I believe there's a way to reveal what's in these coffins without actually going up to them, but we don't have it, so we actually do have to go up to them. And this is Wind Waker's Redead, and it's probably the scariest rendition of Redeads in the Zelda series. At least, that's my opinion. It's the cartoony nature of the game, I guess, that makes it bad for me. Because realistic mummies or zombies or whatever, in my opinion, they aren't actually that scary. Oh jeez, that was very close. They're just kind of, I don't know, generic. The voodoo designs on these guys though, and the eyes and the teeth and the scream, it's quite disturbing. And it's not even like they're zombies. It's more like they're hyper skinny, unfed, I don't know, hipsters. I couldn't think of a word. The big rings on their ears are like, they add a little bit, you know. It's a cool design. It's the most effective Redead design, is what I'm trying to say. Still nothing. Well, oh, I got some bombs that I don't need, because I have 99 of them. And I believe this room right here is technically the halfway point in this dungeon. Or rather, it's not really the halfway point, it's more like the mini-boss. That's what I'm trying to say, yes. So, I believe... No, I don't think arrows are going to be effective here. Bombs might be. Yes, this is our first encounter with a Stalfos. And Stalfos, quite interesting in this game. They're not their nimble sword and shield wielding selves, rather they have these giant clubs, maces I guess you could call them. And performing a combo that ends in a spin attack on a Stalfos will lead to you chopping their bodies in half. After you land a good combo on them, they'll split into a bunch of pieces, and then you can attack the head. If you're not fast enough when it comes to attacking the head, then they'll reform their bodies and you'll have to do another combo all over again. This time I'll try to avoid using a spin attack ending combo. Actually, I think a bomb ought to do the trick when it comes to taking them apart. Yes, it does. Alright, let's go for the head. And take it down. Oh, I bumped into the wall. I keep bumping into the wall. Come on, I'm trying to do spin attacks. Ah, whatever. I'll have better luck with you. Hopefully that's close enough. It looks like it is. Bam. It's kind of the opposite order that you take down Stalfos in, say, A Link to the Past, where you had to do a combo on them first and then use a bomb on them. This game, it's smarter to use a bomb on them first and then use a combo on them in order to take them down. And there we go. They're all done. They always leave item orbs, as most mini-bosses do, like Dark Nuts. And the weapon they leave behind is of course usable by Link. So let's destroy this item orb. Grab the goodies. I mostly just needed bombs, although... Well, I was going to say some hearts would do me good, but... Hero mode! And here is the dungeon item for the Earth Temple. You could have probably guessed what it is. It's the Mirror Shield. This Mirror Shield is probably, maybe favorite design of the Mirror Shield. For one thing, it goes with this outfit so well. All this blue, it looks so good. Second, it matches the Master Sword amazingly. Usually it's the Hylian Shield that matches the Master Sword. But this game, not quite the case. And just, I don't know. I think it looks so good in this game. Maybe it's because it doesn't look that great in other Zelda games. Like Ocarina of Time, it looks okay. Although, I prefer the original design of the Mirror Shield from Ocarina of Time. The one that's a little bit more controversial, you know? And then the A Link to the Past one was just kind of bland. The Mirror Shield in... whatchamacallit? What was the name of the game? Majora's Mask, how could I forget that? It's my favorite. The Mirror Shield in Majora's Mask was pretty scary, pretty creepy. I could see people not maybe not liking it, but being put off by it. It could be interesting, but at the same time it could be, ah dang it, it happened. Well, here it is. Reverse controls and all. Look at those eyes. Oh wait, I died, so it stopped. All right, take over my body again. I wanna show it off. There we go. Ah, I gotta actually deal with the reverse controls. Hold on. Yeah, look at Link's eyes and his body as he's taken over by the Poe. It is a way of getting rid of Poes if you can deal with the whole control thing. But obviously they're not going to drop any items for you if you do it that way. Of course, dying is a good way to get rid of any curse. Alright, let's aim it down. And because we have the Mirror Shield, we can reflect her light onto this wall here. And because we have two Mirror Shields, there's going to be a lot of puzzles like that, where Medley will be reflecting light in one direction, we keep her still, and then we reflect light in another direction with our Mirror Shield in order to get stuff done. For example, right here, let's use Medley. And they give a nice tell of where you can use Medley. Or rather, where you should be pointing Medley with this statue here. And then we use Link. Turn him around. Use the shield in this direction. I can't see what I'm looking at, but I think I'm good. And there we go. A nice little bundle of rupees for us. Alright, I believe this actually leads us back into the central room. Yes, it does. Perfect. Let's take Medley. Use her on this right here to reflect light into one of the eyes. I didn't show off what actually happened if you did try to reflect light into one of the eyes, but it lights up this half of the body. And then we use our Mirror Shield to reflect light onto this half of the body. And there we go. We've revealed the way to the second half of the dungeon. And also the room is completely lit up now, so there's no more pillars for us to use the Mirror Shields on. There's no more fog here to distract us, to curse us. We can go on ahead. Of course, the most important thing, and the thing I'd leave for last because I wasn't even thinking about it, is the fact that we have a way forward thanks to this staircase. But that's going to be the end of this part of Wind Waker. We made it about halfway through. We got the dungeon item. We revealed a path forward. So next time on The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, we're going to be heading down there to the second half of this dungeon.